Yeah, good. Hi, how are you guys? So this is paper 2, of course, poetry and prose text and the imaginative writing. Of course, the narration is done by none other than Mr. Sherlock. Lesson 1. Lesson 1, good students. So in this chapter, we're going to focus on paper 2 work, poetry and prose text and imaginative writing of the English language A course. So working through these lessons and activities will help you as students develop the reading and writing skills that you will need, of course, for paper 2 exam. So therefore, the chapter is split into the following sections. 1, fiction text. 2, text anthology, which will include poetry and prose text. And 3, imaginative writing. So paper 2 is worthy 40% of the total marks for the course and is split into 2 sections. Section A, which will be poetry or a prose text depending on what they've brought. And section B, imaginative writing. In section A of your exam, you'll need to be able to meet assessment objective AO1 and AO2. And in section B of your exam, you'll need to be able to meet the assessment objective AO4 and AO5. So good students, stay tuned, and I'll recommend that you find a place comfortable, a pen and a notebook somewhere to write some short notes. And again, across the video, you'll be doing some pause work. You'll be pausing here and there to at least to put down some points that you feel like they got your attention. So let's dig into it. So in the fiction anthology, you'll read a variety of poetry and prose extracts. You'll need to analyze and interpret them in order to answer the questions in the exam. Okay, when approaching a prose text, that is a fictional text, when you read a prose text, start thinking about it by asking yourself the following questions. 1, how is the story told? Who is telling it? Where is it located? That is the setting. The setting will help you to understand where exactly the story is located. Next, consider the features of the text that will help you to analyze what the writer is doing. This could include the setting, narrative perspective, because we've got 3 perspectives: the first perspective, the second and the third. Character and characterization, descriptive techniques, effect, or how it makes the reader feel, and also possible interpretations of it, interpretations of the text implicit meaning. So that was good students, that was approaching a text, but now let's look at approaching poetry or poems. So what exactly do you need? So when you read a poem, you should also start by considering these questions. What is it about? Is it about poverty? Is it about war? Is it about love? Could it be about child labor? Especially the one in Out. We're going to be looking into that. How does it make you feel? What does it mean to you personally? And then consider how the poet communicates meaning and feeling. This could be achieved by the use of imagery or imagery language. Good students, if you have not gone through this video, I think you need to go back to the video that I prepared earlier, the use of like linguistic devices, and there it is, imagery in black and white, very clear. So imagery, the use of linguistic techniques, rhythm and rhyme, structure and form, and also possible interpretations of the text implicit meaning. Now implicit, good students, here implies that the indirect meaning, like not really straightforward, so you have to find out what exactly the writer means by the selective use of words and styles. So therefore, in this reading skills fiction text paper 2, let's dip into it and in figurative language. Figurative language is used to create powerful imagery in text. It can be used by writers or poets to create, number 1, atmosphere, mood, tone, and emotion, or to add to our understanding of descriptions of character or setting. So figurative language works by making comparisons between 2 things. It therefore provides the reader with a strong visual image to identify with. So the most common figurative techniques are metaphor, similes, and personifications. Those ones You will never miss them in any setting that you're going to come across in your coursework. So here is the key point. Here is the key point. Similes and metaphors are sometimes confused. Remember that similes compare things using the word there, quote unquote, like, or quote unquote, as, while metaphors make a more direct comparison of one thing to another. For example, she's she is as fierce as a tiger. In this case, is a simile, and but if we do it this way, she's a tiger when she's angry. It is a metaphor. You look at it, the second aspect is that it is directly linking the other thing to one thing. It's like saying she is a tiger. When saying that one thing is another, that's a metaphor. But when we say one thing is like the other, that is a simile. The setting can be used in a text to suggest mood, ideas, or feelings that are important to our own reading, to our wider reading of a text.